Well, hello folks. Today I'm going to tell you a story. Would you like to hear a story? And why am I telling you this story? Well, I've just had a conversation with a very good friend who's asked me about stuff that not many people ask me about lately, and it's brought up a story. So I was being asked about things like, is there such thing as black magic? Could our family be cursed? All of these things, energy principles. And we've had a very long conversation about all things energy. And I remembered this story about energy. Now, one thing that I can tell you, anyone that's worked with energy will tell you, you have no control over the outcomes. Whether people get positive or negative results, or perceived positive or negative results from an energy session, is entirely down to them. And this is really important. When we talk about health and well-being, the health service will focus on your physical well-being. Now that's like checking one tyre on your car and then deciding that your car passes the service without checking the other three, just assuming that they're all right. It's the same in health and well-being. The health service will usually check on your physical health, but you also have your mental health, your emotional health, and your spiritual health. Now, it's really important to understand that this is a four-pronged approach to all sorts of health and well-being. And by just focusing on the physical, you're missing out on the bigger picture. So let's start with that. And I never know whether people are going to get better physically. Because let's face it, when I used to work with people at the end of life, it wasn't a realistic goal for them to get physically better when they were in the dying process. So a lot of the energy work I did was working on their emotional, their spiritual, and their mental well-being. So that's a really important distinction to make. And sometimes I see incredible things, almost miraculous things. And sometimes I leave feeling, well, did I do any good? This person's not getting any results, or they're not seeing any results, they're not feeling any results. It's very common in the world of energy, folks. And that's tantamount to people being in the outback for weeks, not having access to a shower, coming back, having one shower, and then going back in the outback, and then 3 weeks later saying, well, I did have a shower, but it's not working now because I stink. It's the same with energy. If you don't use it regularly, it won't have a sustainable effect on you. But in its most incredible manifestation, I was asked once to go into a patient who was terminally ill. The doctors had told the family, say goodbye. There's nothing more we can do. And they asked me if I would go in and work. If I was actually asked by his son to go in and coach him. And I said, well, look, I might have to coach you. If I go in and work out that this guy is ready to die, it'll be you that I'm coaching. And as long as we agree that that is the starting point, then that's where we can go. So he said, okay. And I went in and I worked with this guy for 1 hour a day for 4 days back to back. And we watched him go from bedbound, having not eaten or drank anything for 8 days, to being ready to discharge home. And no one could believe it. The doctors couldn't believe it. They knew that some random guy had come in and worked with him, but nobody could understand it. No one could explain it. Least of all me. I couldn't explain it. Sometimes energy works in mysterious ways. And unless you've seen something seemingly miraculous like that, you'll never really truly believe it yourself. But from my perspective, it's one of the best testimonials I ever got, was having the son of this guy 2 years later say that, just want to let you know, Adam, that my dad died. The 2 extra years we had, I want to thank you for that. They were great. It was great to be able to spend more time with my dad. And that's what's possible when you work with energy. You can see miraculous things, and there'll be a lot more people who have absolutely unspectacular results, or even turn on you and say that it made me feel worse. And it's really important to realize that sometimes energy works. It has to take you into a more negative space to increase the pain in your life so that you're more motivated to make the changes that will get you the better energy. So there you go, folks. There's a little story and a little ramble on energy and what's possible with it. And if you'd like to know anything more about energy and what's possible and around it, then leave comments here and let's have a discussion. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you've got. And in the interim, enjoy your energy, enjoy your walk, and enjoy your day.